All right, so now we're taking a look at this actual lick. We're like, all right, it's time to play. Let's get busy. So the very first thing I'm going to do, and I strongly encourage you to do the same, is just dive deep into listening. Do not be afraid to play our little morsel of music over and over. Right? Just listen to that sucker. So let's say you went ahead and just played it like 30, 40 times and just vo va vi vi, vo vo vi vi vo 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 vi vo vo vi vo vo va. Whatever, you started singing it, right? Okay, so, but we're going to just unpack it. We're going to be like, okay, well, now what do I do? I've listened to it 20 or 30 times. I still don't know where to start in terms of playing the piano. So what is step one? Well, here's where AnyTunes comes in to help you, okay? Step one is to go down here and slow down the track. Let's slow this sucker down to 80% speed and just take another couple listens. All right. And it feels, the minute we start slowing down, you start noticing things. Good. And so I love this idea. If I go twice as slow, I will notice twice as much, right? So AnyTunes is great for slowing everything down so that you start focusing even more and hearing little nuances. Like I noticed one little thing he did, which I didn't notice before, which is a little skip off this. Anyway, so we're going to unpack this. Now, let's slow it down even more and let's zero in on the first step, which is finding a single note. Note right now, warning, don't do this. Don't start playing this and then picking at the piano. No, that's not right. No, that's not it either. Oh, that sounds close. Maybe I'm getting it. Do not be a piano pecker. Don't start pecking at the instrument. I'll tell you why. Because what it does is it messes with our musical mind. Our ears hear Wynton Kelly. Right? Our ears heard Wynton Kelly play that amazing lick. It went into our mind, our musical mind, and our mind was like, that is amazing. And our heart is just like energized by the sound. And then we start pecking at the piano, and immediately our mind says, wait, what are we listening to? Are we listening to you peck at the piano, or are we listening to Wynton Kelly? And it gets very confused. And so you might be like, what, dude? That's like Nate. That's like an abstract concept. Actually, it isn't at all, because what you're really doing in the musical mind is you're building a file cabinet of sound, right? You're just creating a growing and growing file cabinet of licks, chord progressions, chord voicings that you love, songs you've learned. You're just putting them all in the file cabinet so that you can pull them out whenever you want to play next. And so what you want to do is you want to honor that file cabinet. You're codifying sound in there. So you got to be very mindful about how you step through transcribing. If you do it kind of willy-nilly and haphazardly and just sort of poke at the piano along the way, it can actually sort of, it's analogous to taking like things in the cabinet and just dumping it on the ground. It gets it all confused. Your musical mind doesn't know what to do with that. So, by the way, that's exactly why so often you can't remember things anymore after you learn it one time, because you haven't really actually filed it in a way that you can access it. We'll talk about that in another video. Anywho, let's pause there before we go on to step number 2, which is, what's the first note of this melody that you're going to learn? What are you going to learn first?